Knives, drills, awls, anything mean and sharp she could think of, were grinding through bone and stirring gray matter into froth. Each tiny brain cell nailed to its own tiny cross was keening to die. Molly was going to kill her. Except Molly couldn't. Anna wasn't in New York City anymore. Where the fuck was she? Arizona, she remembered, or maybe Utah. At the Port Authority, she'd gotten on a Trailways bus with a suitcase and 3 paperback novels. She'd ridden this bus till all the blood in her body had vibrated down into her fanny and feet. A soldier lounging in the seats across the aisle, or a guy in khaki with a webbed belt, had pulled out his dick somewhere in one of those flat rectangular states and waved it at her. She remembered that. "What am I supposed to do?" she'd asked. Faint? Scream? What? He'd put it back in then. She remembered how sheepish he had looked. "Leave it out if it makes you feel better," she'd told him. He'd gotten off the bus a while later, but she'd been asleep when he did. She had stayed on the bus until it reached a point a few miles south of the middle of nowhere. Page, Arizona. Lake Powell. Glen Canyon National Recreation Area. Passed out drunk in dumb fuck Arizona. Or Utah. Shit, she muttered. Grit coated her lips and tongue. Sand. She'd passed out face down in the sand. Through the misery coagulating in her cerebrum, she could vaguely see herself camping on a beach, one littered with toilet paper blooms and human feces she had to scoop out as if people were cats and she was the keeper of their litter box. Surely that was a nightmare, not memory. With an effort, she raised one eyelid. The other eyelid remained shut, nailed in place by the daggers in her skull or the surface her face was mashed against. Through the slit between her eyelids, she could see her left hand, the wedding band Zack had given her glinting dull gold, sparking with a glare so intense it threatened to slam her retina 3 inches into her brain. The movie that played every morning when she awoke began unreeling. The paper bag D'Agostino's had packed her groceries in was limp, wet with drizzle that had been falling since noon, drizzle so stagnant with the heat of July it lost the ability to form real drops. Her hair was damp, braid trailing down her back, heavy as a hangman's rope. The Levi's that had fit when she'd put them on that morning stretched and drooped in the steam till they threatened to fall from her hip bones. Her pants legs trailed on the sidewalk. She was waiting to cross 9th Avenue at 41st, one long block to 10th, and she was almost home. "Pigeon!" came a shout. Across the avenue, Zack waved both arms over his head, making his 6'2" scarecrow physique look even taller and narrower. The drizzle and the heat plastered his dark baby-fine hair to his neck and cheeks. His glasses were askew and his clothes loose and ill-fitting. Anna thought he was the most beautiful man in Manhattan. 7 years of marriage had done nothing to dull the thrill she felt when she saw him. Fire on the soles of her feet banished the dream movie. She must have passed out with her feet in the sun. Sand, sun, outside. Was she a tourist attraction on a dung-infested beach? Turning from the glint of her wedding band, she tried to push herself up on her elbows. Sharp and grinding pain knifed through her left shoulder. The arm did not move. Her head threatened to explode, dimming the vision in her right eye. She fell to her side. The arm was broken or dislocated or badly sprained. Her head was broken or dislocated or badly hung over. Nausea, sudden and violent, spewed the contents of her stomach out. Dizziness, so bad she dug her fingers into the dirt to keep from being pitched off the surface of the earth, spun her. Finally, vomiting stopped. Dizziness abated. Anna stared at the mess splattered over her bare breasts, the end of her braid trailing in the muck. "I'm naked," she whispered. In front of her was a short stretch of sand, then a wall.